Howdy, everyone. Today we're going to work on now solving systems, but by a way we call elimination. We're going to slash things off. We're going to eliminate them. I think of it like a samurai sword. We just get rid of those things. So I'm going to put an example up, and then we're going to talk through how to do it. So we're going to start with more basic ones today. Negative 5x plus 2y equals 8, and 5x minus y equals negative 9. Now, we're still finding the same thing. We're trying to find where do two lines cross each other. That's the whole goal still, is finding where two lines cross. We're just now doing it in a different method. We did graphing, where we actually graphed and saw them. We did substitution, where you plugged one into the other. Now this one is called elimination because we're going to cross things off as we go along. So our first step is that you want x, y, equal sign, and the constant lined up vertically. Okay, so just like this. It's kind of like old school addition and subtraction where you line things up top to bottom. Second is you are going to decide which variable to eliminate. Now, when we decide which variable to eliminate, like you're going to want to find the one that you have to do the least to. So sometimes like this, if I look at elimination, how do you make it eliminate? One needs to be positive, one negative, and they need to be the same constant. So if I ignore positive, negative, this is 5, but then they're also positive, negative. You think 5 minus 5 is 0. I want to eliminate and get rid of those. Okay, now sometimes we need to multiply one or both rows by a number so that we can make that happen. And that we'll see in some later examples. Tomorrow's is going to be the more advanced ones. Okay. Third, then we add or subtract down whatever the signs tell you. So here, negative and positive. Here, it's a plus and a minus. Here, it's like a positive and a negative. So you're doing 8 minus 9. So you're going to add or subtract down. When we do that, after you do that, let's just do it here. So I'm going to take one step back. We already have them all lined up. We're going to get rid of the x's because I already have a positive and a negative in the same number. So what do? Slash it off. And then I add or subtract down. 2y minus, if you want to put a 1 in there, 1y is just y, equals 8 minus 9 is negative 1. Well, step 4 was going to be solve for the variable that is left. What do I mean by left? Well, y is left. I eliminated the x's. So I have y that I need to solve for. Well, it's just y. There's no y, 5y equals something. So I'm good. And then last step is substitute the value for that variable into one of the original equations. Okay, you could choose either one. So I'll do the bottom one because it's a positive 5x. Doesn't really matter. 5x minus, I'm plugging in for y, negative 1 equals negative 9. And then after that, we need to solve for that variable. So in this case, I have two negatives of a positive. So I have 5x plus 1 equals negative 9. I subtract 1 from both sides. I get 5x equals negative 10. Divide by 5, and x equals negative 2. And I guess really our last step that we want to put down is write, just like with substitution, write your answer as an ordered pair. So I have here x is negative 2, y is negative 1. I'm going to circle my answer so I make sure I know what it is. All right. All right, let's look at one more like this one where we are just, it's going to be, everything's lined up and ready to go. So let's say we have negative 4x plus y equals negative 5, and 4x minus 6y equals 10. So I want to make sure everything's lined up. It is. I want to see if one of the variables is already positive, negative, and the same constant. Oh, it is, x. Slash it. It's eliminated. Then we add or subtract down. I'm going to put the 1 in there. 1 minus 6 is negative 5y equals negative 5 plus 10 is positive 5. So for this one, we do have a little bit of solving to do. I need to solve for y, and in order to do that, I divide both sides by negative 5. So I get y equals negative 1. Then I need to plug that back into one of the two original ones. I'll do the top one this time. You could always do the top, always the bottom, doesn't matter. So I have negative 4x plus y, which is negative 1, equals negative 5. Now I just have an x, so I need to solve for that x. So here I have negative 1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. We get negative 4x equals negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And we get x equals, the two negatives divided give me a positive 1. So make sure here, when you finish and write your answers in ordered pair, I write it as the x, then the y. So I have 1 and negative 1. Okay. All right, sometimes we need to multiply one of the rows by something. So let's just do one of those or two of those here. Let's say I have 10x plus y equals negative 18, and negative 5x minus 3y equals 4. So I have opposites, one positive, one negative, one positive, one negative. But what I don't have is same numbers. I can't eliminate anything right now. If I added down, I'd get 5x minus 2y. I need one variable. So what I would do here is pick one of the variables. Say, all right, what's easy to get rid of? I could change 5 into 10. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm going to multiply everything in the bottom row by 2. So I'm going to rewrite this top row, 10x plus y equals negative 18. The bottom row is negative 10x minus 6y equals 8. Now, so I multiplied everything in that row by 2. Now I'm good to go. I can now eliminate the x's are gone. 1y minus 6y is negative 5y equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 5. Y is equal to positive 2 because I have two negatives there. Plug this back into one of the originals. I'll do the top one. 10x plus 2 equals negative 18. So I subtract 2 from both sides. 10x is equal to negative 20. Divide by 10, and x is equal to negative 2. Write my final answer as an ordered pair. So I have negative 2, 2. Make sure you put the x first and the y second. So those are ones where sometimes you have to multiply the bottom row by something. One more quickly. Let's say we have 7x plus 2y equals negative 27, and negative x plus y equals negative 9. Okay? So I'm going to look at one that's already positive negative, which is the x's. Okay? It's not always the x's that I'll eliminate, but if I want to eliminate these, this one's 7, this one's 1. How do I change that to a 7? I multiply the whole row by 7, and then I rewrite top row, bottom row. 7 times negative x is negative 7x, plus 7y equals 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. I got what I wanted. I can eliminate the x's. 2y plus 7y is 9y equals, let's see here, 0, carry the 1, negative 90. So I divide by 9. Y is negative 10. Plug that into one of the originals. I'm going to do the bottom one because it's just negative x plus y is negative 10 equals negative 9. So I add 10 to both sides. I get negative x equals 1. It's negative 9 plus 10. Divide both sides by negative 1. So x is negative 1. Almost there. I need to write it as an ordered pair. So I have -1 and -10 is my ordered pair. Okay, so if you need to review those steps with it, whoops, but we start with line them up, which all of them were already lined up. Okay, we decide which variable we want to eliminate. Find one positive, one negative, and sometimes we need to change it into the same constant by multiplying one or both rows. We add or subtract down, and then you solve for the variable that's left. Now, substitute back in after that point. You'll get the other variable and write your final answer as an ordered pair. Awesome job. See you guys next time.